Nothing more, nothing less. Else, if they claim that Justice Bafoe Borney is not a good judge, then it becomes an indictment on the very NPP that they belong to. Because which political party or government appointed Bafoe Borney to the Supreme Court? Was it not J. Kufuor? So, if today you tell us that Bafoe Borney is not a good judge, are you telling us that J. Kufuor gave us someone who was not good? It cannot be. But because of the way and manner they themselves handled him, it's a long-standing judge at the Supreme Court, bypassed him. I'm even surprised that the man is still living around and is always cheerful. I'm very surprised because the sort of humiliation, if you are in a position and your juniors are always being promoted ahead of you, that is marks of either incompetence or I don't know what it is. So let us do everything possible to, as it were, deny him the opportunity of also recording his name in the history books of Ghana that he, Justice Bafoe Borney, was once a Chief Justice of this land. That is what we are dealing with. And it's so sad. When I saw some of the people in there doing this, I realized that, look, they have lost their way. They have lost their way. Were you the one that advised the removed Chief Justice Torkornu to expend 337,000 on tickets and per diems on the husband and the daughter? Were you the one that did that? So why must you be angry? Was it Justice Bafoe Borney that asked the Chief Justice to flout the removed one? The laws that governs her office? He did not do that. In fact, in spite of the fact that as a senior member of the bench, that's at the Supreme Court, he had been denied the opportunity of leading that institution, he cooperated. So why must you take this evil about him? I would be very surprised if Parliament also waits, because it's an independent arm. We have been in this country where we were told by the then president, you remember on the matter of the e-levy, someone went to court, Justice Abdullahi, that the president, there had to be an injunction on it because it didn't meet certain threshold. The president assented to that bill, saying that notice of injunction was not an injunction. If you have been treated to that. So I'll be very surprised that the parliament of today will do otherwise. They must vet Bafoe Borney expeditiously because there are a lot of cases that have to be tried. People are in all manner of cases that needs a substantive Chief Justice to do business. As we speak, the removed Chief Justice is all over the place. She is in ECOWAS court, you know about that. She has sued this country looking for $10 million, which is more than the budget of the Ministry of Women and Gender. You know that. She wants money more than a whole ministry to herself. As we speak, she has matters pending at the Supreme Court. As we speak, she has a matter at the High Court. As we speak, through Janet Nabila, there is a petition before Otunfo. So what else must we do? At a point in time, you remember some faceless individuals who call themselves Commonwealth lawyers or judges. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? We want to hear their voices in matters of the corruption cases that is happening in this country. The 2.4 billion cedis that is the subject matter of the National Service scandal. We want to hear those judges. Because there cannot be any human rights violation than people stealing the wealth of the state. Where are they? All of a sudden, in the matter of Torkornu, they popped up. All of a sudden, an association, the Ghana Bar Association, that in the initial stages said they agreed with the president because the president was following due process, was behaving within the confines of the law, changed their mind and said, oh, the president was engaging in an illegality. What sort of country are we building? So, because of your whims and caprices, Justice Baffoe-Bonnie must be denied. Must be denied. If you think you have anything against Justice Baffoe-Bonnie, I will be the first person to support you. Because you cannot get an incompetent person occupying the position of a Chief Justice. So you go to Parliament and submit whatever you have against him to the appointment committee. You are not doing that. You say because the removed Chief Justice, who 1 month, 1 court, she's going to give him far more. We should wait for all these cases to be expended, dispensed with before we will come back to vetting. So if I tell you that it's all about Baffoe-Bonnie and the attempt to deny him of being the Chief Justice, would I be wrong?